Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the answer key for the study circle. But before getting into the answer key discussion of the study circle, let us briefly know what is this the study circle program is all about and how to get into this the study circle program. Basically, the study circle conducts its own program having two stages. The first stage will be having three papers. The first paper is of objective type of question. The second paper is of essay paper where you need to write one essay carrying 100 marks. And the third paper is CSAT, which is just qualifying in nature. Once you clear the first stage, you'll be called for interview. Then later on, you'll get selected after you clearing the interview process. So let's get into the answer key discussion now. First question: a minister can be a member of option 1 consultative committee, option B parliamentary forums, option 3 department related parliamentary standing committees. So the correct answer for the above question is option B 1 and 2. Question number 2. With reference to Prime Minister's office, consider the following statements. Option 1. It got the status of department under allocation of business rules 1961. Yes, it is right. Option 2. It is headed by cabinet secretary. Wrong. Actually, it is headed by principal secretary. So the correct answer is option A. So let's move on to the third question. Which Upanishad is being indicated by the following paragraph? Basically, it talks about a particular Upanishad, and they've given a brief introduction and some important points about that Upanishad, and we have to point out which Upanishad it is talking about. Probably it is the most widely known of all Upanishad. Even Rajaram Mohan Roy brought out an English version. Max Muller have translated it. Edwin Arnold rendered it in verses as The Secret of Death. Even Ralph Waldo Emerson created it for central story at the end of his essay, Immortality, as well as his poem Brahma. So the correct answer for the above question is Katha Upanishad. See, this kind of question is very difficult for us to answer, but the answer for the above question is Katha Upanishad. Moving on to the question number 4. Which among the following was written earliest? Option A, Natya Shastra of Bharata. Option B, the Tripitaka. Option C, Ashtadeva Panini. Option D, Major Dharma Shastra. Answer is Major Dharma Shastra, which was written around 3000 or 2000 BC, approximately. Moving on to the question number 5. Which Governor General faced allegation of trying to demolish the Taj Mahal and sell off the marble? The answer for the above question is Lord Bentinck, not Lord Dalhousie. Question number 6. The national movement can be said to be the product of option A, modern education system, option B, political awakening and rise of nationalism, option C, sense of humiliation, option D, conflict of interest. Option C and D can be easily eliminated, and you'll be left with option A and B. The most optimum answer is option B. Question number 7. Recently, the Reserve Bank of India decided to defer implementation of Indian accounting standards. Consider the following statement in this regard. Option 1. Indian accounting standards will be applicable to all scheduled commercial banks. Yes, right. But it excludes RRBs. You can check out the notification which is provided in the below link. Option 2. Indian accounting standards for NBFCs is already implemented. Wrong. So the correct answer is only A. Question number 8. Consider the following statements. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology released the bulk data sharing policy and procedure. Option A is wrong. It is released by the Ministry of Roadways and Shipping. So this one is wrong. Option 2. Commercial organization and individuals seeking bulk data will be required to pay an amount of 3 crore rupees for financial year 2019-20. Education institutions seeking bulk data for research purpose and for their internal use can buy it at a cost of 5 lakh rupees, right? And in these kind of options, like where they ask minute specificity, better to go for that option, because no, it's very difficult to remember these kind of numbers and all. I have to take a chance. Question number 9. Who presented an economic development plan known as Unbalanced Growth Strategy? The answer for this question is PC Mahalanobis. Basically, he talked during second 5-year plan, and where the more focus was given for heavy industries, and later on followed by trickle down effect and all. Question number 10. Who is the principal spokesperson of the Lok Sabha? The answer is Speaker, not the Prime Minister. Question number 11. Social credit system is prevalent in which country? In this kind of question, you can go for smart guess, as you can eliminate USA, which is capitalist society, and even Israel to an extent capitalist, and you'll be left with Russia and China, and the answer you can guess with C only. Dark tiger, dark blue tiger, common crow, and double banded crow are the names of the species of each of the following. Again, it's like a guessing only. You can't remember all the names of the species. The answer for the above question is D, butterfly. which is mainly found in the southern region, southern states of India. Consider the following statements. Question number 13. Option 1. Recently, the value of coal import has increased while quantity of coal import has declined. Wrong. Both the quantity and the value of coal has been in increase. Option 2. India's import of coking coal is inevitable. Yes. Option 3. As per current import policy, coal is kept under open general license and customers are free to import coal from the source of their choice. Right. So the correct answer is C. Question number 14. Option 1. Regenerative braking system is a peculiar feature of electric vehicles. Yes, right. A DC charging takes half the time of AC charging, right? Since AC is having the form of somewhat like this and the DC is a constant. Option 3. Since April 2018, electric vehicles and hybrid are charged equal GST at the rate of 12%, right? So the correct answer is all the above. Question number 15. Alliance of Champions launched by Sweden is related to which of the following causes? Answer is B. Antimicrobial resistance. Which of the following, question number 16, which of the following cyclones were designated as the rarest of rare occurrence? Option 1 Oki, option 2 Titli, option 3 Luban, option 4 Pithay. The correct answer is Titli and Luban. So the correct option is B, 2 and 3. Actually Titli is the name given by Pakistan and Luban is given by Oman. These two were designated as rarest of rare by the IMD recently. Question number 17. Which of the following published Airpocalypse 3 report? It is published by Greenpeace. It talks about the pollution and its catastrophic event in the near future. Question number 18. Consider the following statements with regard to anti-defection law. The President of India makes a rule to give effect to the provisions of this law. Wrong. The presiding officer of the House can so move to take up a defection case. Wrong. So neither one nor two. And the option 1, the Speaker makes a rule in concurrence with the consent of the Parliament. Question number 19. Consider the following statement with regard to Ombudsman for digital transactions. Option 1. This scheme is applicable for grievances arising in relation to payment service provided by all entities. Wrong. It is talking about only non-bank entities. The service provided by non-bank entities. For the bank entities grievances, you have to go for the normal ombudsman in the banking system. Option 2. You cannot register a complaint with the ombudsman as soon as you encounter a problem, right? Because once you have to go to the normal procedure, if it is not rectified, then you have to go for the digital ombudsman. Question number 20. In what context do you hear this term CBU, SKD, CKD? The correct answer is manufacturing modes of electric vehicles. Question number 21. Consider the following statements with regard to PACE, Platform for Accelerating the Circular Economy. Option 1. It is a public-private collaboration mechanism to bring out circular economy at speed and scale, right? It is co-chaired by heads of UNEP, GF and Royal Philips, right? It is hosted by World Economic Forum, right? Correct answer is 1, 2, 3. Why did Ashoka convene the third Buddhist council at Pataliputra in 240 BC? Option A, to complete the compilation of Tripitaka. Option B, to introduce Dhamma and spread it wide and far. Option C, to strengthen the Sangha. Option D, to try to resolve conflicts between dissenting groups. You can easily eliminate option B and D. You left with option A and C. So the most appropriate option is, and the correct answer is option A. Question number 23. Consider the following statement about the investor agenda. Option 1. Its purpose is to enhance investment that would speed up financial inclusion. No, it talks about climate business and all, climate action and how to route the business for climate change and all. It is founded by Alliance for Financial Inclusion. Wrong. So the correct answer is D. Neither one nor two. Which of the following is true about funds of tribes? The correct answer CSR, funds for tribal livelihood. Question number 25. Which is the nodal ministry of PM Adarsh Gram Yojana? The correct answer is Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. And the Ministry of Statistics and Problem Implementation is the nodal ministry for MP lads and MLA lads, not Adarsh Gram Yojana. Question number 26. With regard to the recommendation of the Simon Commission, choose the correct statement from the following. Option A. Its recommendations include establishment of federation between British India and provincial states. No, wrong. Princely states. Option B. Based on its recommendation, the Government of India Act 1935 made reference to granting dominion status to India. Wrong. It recommended continuation of communal electorates, but Government of India Act 1935 didn't extend it to any new sections of the population. Wrong. It extended to further new sections. Option D. Its recommendation It recommended abolition of diarchy, but Government of India Act 1935 established diarchy at center. Yes, right. It gave provincial autonomy and imposed the diarchy at the center. The correct answer is option D. Question number 27. Option 1. Composite Water Management Index is developed and released by Niti Aayog. Yes, it was recently in news, and it was constantly in news. Its recent findings indicated that India was facing the worst water crisis in history and that demand will outstrip supply by 2030. Right. Option 3. 21 cities will run out of groundwater by 2030. Right. The correct answer is option D. All the above. Question number 28. Consider the following statement. According to Article 366 Class 12A, GST means any tax on supply of goods and services of both except taxes on the supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Right. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption is still under state list. Ministry of State Finance is the vice chairperson of the GST Council. Wrong. It is rotating. State Finance Minister will be the vice chairperson. It rotates. Option 3. Power to collect GST in territorial water lies with the center. Actually, it's in litigation. The power to levy on territorial waters was with the state, according to the High Court of Karnataka, but it was taken up in the Supreme Court, and the case is under jurisdiction of Supreme Court. Question number 29. Select the correct statement from the following. Option A. Power to tax alcohol for human consumption remains with the center. No, it remains with the state. Tobacco is part of GST, but power to levy additional excess duty remains with center. Wrong. The state has the power to tax entertainment, that is under local body jurisdiction. No, it's under GST. Option D. GST Council will decide the date from which all petroleum products will come under GST regime. Right. Question number 30. Consider the following statements regarding CAFE norms, corporate average fuel efficiency norms. Option 1. It requires cars to be 10% or more fuel efficient between 2017 and 2021 in terms of CO2 emissions. Right. These regulation standards are being currently implemented in India. Right. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Question number 31. Consider the following statements about Global Multidimensional Poverty Index Report 2018. Option 1. India reduced its poverty rate from 55% to 28% in 10 years. Yes, right. The report is based on two measures, poverty rate and intensity. It's like, yes, with the further the dimension divided into 3 and 6 subsectors. Right. So the correct answer is both 1 and 2. Question number 32. Consider the following statements. Indigo operated the country's first biofuel jet flight. Wrong. It is SpiceJet. The fuel composition was 75% ATF and 20% biojet fuel from Jetstropa. Right. International norms allow fuel mixture up to 50-50. Right. Nahor oil from Himalayan region and Sapium oil from northeast are other tree oils. Nahor oil is also from northeast region and Sapium oil also from northeast region. So the correct answer is 1, 2, 3. No, correct answer is 2, 3. Sorry. Question number 33. Currently, pricing of loans by banks is based on which of the following? Option 1, base rate. Wrong. Option 2, benchmark prime lending rate. Wrong. Option 3, marginal cost of fund based lending rate. Right. Option 4, repo rate. Right. The correct answer is option B, 3 and 4 only. Question number 34. Which of the following necessarily involves reappropriation? The correct answer is D. Basic and straightforward question. 35. Consider the following statements. Lord Cornwallis created police system in India. Right. He copied this system from Britain. No. There was no proper police structure Britain during that time. This system put India ahead of Britain. Right. So the correct answer is 1 and 3. Which of the following about rebate of state levies are correct? It's currently granted for exports of apparel, made-ups and textile, right? Under the scheme, exporter can claim refund from the center for all levies and duties they pay at state level. Actually, they will get claim refund from the center for all embedded levies and tax, but as per this confusing combination of answers, this will be right. It is not a subsidy and hence and does not float global rules. Wrong. The correct answer is C. 37. Of the Mauryan times, Dharmadhikaran was a name for Chief Justice. Here you can go for elimination method, as Dharmadhikaran is not the king in his soul, a social promulgator, and you can arm eliminate in charge for spread of Dhamma, because it is Dhamma Matras. Question number 38. Consider the following statements about commercial papers. Option 1, it is an unsecured money market instrument and used in the form of participatory notes. Wrong. It is unsecured but used in the form of promissory note, not the participatory notes. P notes is different from promissory notes. Option 2, corporates, primary dealers, AFI and NBFCs are eligible to issue commercial paper. This is also right. Its maturity ranges from 7 days to 365 days from the date of issue. Right. But the most appropriate answer is 3 only, because there is no combination between 2 and 3. Right now, NBFCs are also issuing the commercial papers, which was in news because of the ILFC crisis. Question number 39. Chadar Bazar is an art form of, the correct answer is Santals. Who is author of Guilty Men of India's Partition? The correct answer is Dr. R.M. Lohia. Question number 41. With regard to NSS Surround Survey 2015-16 on MSME, select the correct statement from the following. Option 1, micro sector account for more than 99% of MSME. Right. Option 2, Maharashtra has the highest number of established MSMEs, followed by West Bengal. Wrong. It is UP. Option 3, highest percentage of MSMEs deal in manufacturing. Wrong. It is with the trade and other services. So the correct answer is only A. Question number 42. Select the correct statement from the following with regard to Atal Jyoti Yojana. The correct answer is C. It is implemented in states with less than 50% households covered with grid power as per SECC 2011. Question number 43. With regard to the scheme for higher education youth in apprenticeship and skills, consider the following. The correct answer is C. Question number 44. Consider the following statement. Recently, LIC has completed acquiring 50% stake in IDBI Bank and LIC has become the lead promoter of IDBI Bank. Right. Option 2. The acquisition was done through a combination of preferential allotment and open offer of equity. Right. The correct answer is C. Both 1 and 2. Question number 45. Consider the following statements about Central Board of Directors of RBI. The board consists of governor, 4 deputy governors, 10 non-official directors, among others. Right. RBI governor presides over the meeting, but is not the vice chairman. Right. The governor has a casting vote. Right. Governor, deputy governor, and the directors hold office for a period of 5 years. Wrong. Governor, deputy governor hold period for 4 years, and the rest for 5 years. The correct answer is C. 1 to 3. Consider the following statements about TB. Option 1. TB is among the top 5 leading cause of death worldwide since 2011. Right. India accounts for more than 30% of total new infections of TB in 2017, the highest among top 30 TB burden countries in the world. Right. The correct answer is C. Both 1 and 2. Question number 47. Zoological Survey of India undertook a successful coral reef restoration at this place. It was the first of its kind attempt in the world to restore coral species which had become extinct about 10,000 years ago. Select the correct place from the following. The correct answer is Gulf of Kutch. Basically, it was they took some sample from Gulf of Mannar and rebuilt in Gulf of Kutch. The correct answer is Gulf of Kutch, option B. Question number 48. Which of the following statements regarding the recent appointment of Lokpal are correct? Option 1. Justice P.C. Ghosh was appointed as the first Lokpal of India. Right. The former leader of opposition participated in the selection committee as a special invitee. No. He objected for the special invitee term and he did not participate in the selection process. So second option is wrong. Option 3. Select committee also include law minister and an eminent juris as member. So the correct answer is A. This is wrong. The famous boycott resolution of 7th August related to option A. Swadeshi movement. Question number 50. Project Samrat is undertaken in which of the following sectors? The correct answer is rubber. It is upskilling of 10 lakh personnel. There is one more project like Samrat, that is regarding textiles. Question number 51. Consider the following statements about Sundarban wetland which was recently declared as Ramsar wetland. The correct answer is option B. Only 2. The great dark spot is a feature of which of the following? The correct answer is Neptune. And in Jupiter you will find great red spot. Not the great dark spot. The great dark spot is found in Neptune. Question number 53. What is mango meadow? It's India's first private sanctuary. Question number 54. With regard to coal mining in Meghalaya, consider the following statements. With regard to coal mining in Meghalaya, consider the following statements. Option 1. The recent mining accident happened in Khasi Hills. Wrong. In Jhantia Hills. All mining activities are done by private parties. This is somewhat confusing. Option 3. The 6th schedule of India's constitution does not explicitly mention mining right. In 2014, Supreme Court banned mining in the state. Wrong. In 2014, the NGT banned mining in the state. So if you eliminate 1 and 4, and they will be left with only 2 and 3. But this all mining activities are done in private property. I'm not sure about this option, but the answer will be B. Of the Chola kings who earned the title Sangam Tavitta Chodan, the answer is A. Kulatunga. Question number 56. Caste proclamation after the then deputy minister proclaimed by mistake of government support to the agitators is related to which of the following? The correct answer is Indigo Revolt. Consider the following statements. The estimated population of the Sentinels people is 50, right? Option 2. North Sentinels Highland lies to the west of Port Blair, right? The correct answer is both 1 and 2. Consider the following statement. India has set an ambitious target of eliminating measles and congenital rubella syndrome caused by the rubella virus by 2020, right? Option 2. To achieve this goal, the vaccine coverage has to be 100%, right? The correct answer is both 1 and 2. 59. Select the correct statement from the following. The British paramountcy in India was stated in the Act of 1858, right? Queen Victoria assumed the title of Empress of India from 1st January 1877, Delhi Darbar. Correct. Answer for the above question is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements about the Indian wild dog or dhole. We call it as dhole, thoda in Kannada. Option 1, its IUCN status is endangered, right? It is social animal but avoids areas with high livestock activity and human inhabited areas, right? It hunts in morning hours, most probably, right? 60. The answer for the above question is all the above. Which of the following countries have unitary model of government? Switzerland, wrong. Australia, wrong. Sorry. Switzerland, Switzerland, wrong. Australia, wrong. France, wrong. Britain, you have unitary model. Japan, unitary model. In the first 1, 2, 3 option, you have federal type of system. So the correct answer is 3, 4, 5. So the France is also having unitary model of government. Question number 62. Consider the following statements. Andhra Pradesh has the second longest mainland coastline in India. Right. After China, India is the largest salt producer in the world. Wrong. After Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh is the largest salt producing state in India. Wrong. Here, even to be frank, I'm also not sure. I was in the exam. I'm also not sure about option 2 and 3. But then I went for the elimination method. If you know the basic thing like Andhra Pradesh has the second longest mainland coastline in India, then obviously we'll be left with option A only. Habeas lacrima it was recently in news. Primate species called the white-cheeked macaw discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. Non-venomous crying keelback, a species of crying snake discovered in Arunachal Pradesh. The correct answer is B. Question number 64. Consider the following statements regarding Model Code of Conduct. It is statutory. No, it doesn't have statutory enforcement. Option 2. EC introduced it in the 1960 Assembly election in Kerala for the first time, right? It is applicable to caretaker government. Yes, they can't initiate any new schemes or financial packages to any state government during elections, which we had witnessed during the recent Lok Sabha elections. The correct answer is C, 2 and 3. Question number 65. In relation to which of the following have you heard the term cheat device? So the correct answer is Volkswagen emissions case, which you might quote in the ethics also. Question number 66. Which of the following have recently declared an end to the 20-year conflict? The correct answer is Ethiopia and Eritrea. The options are very close in nature because even Sudan had some conflict, Azerbaijan army had some conflict, Greece and Macedonia also had some conflict, but very tricky kind of question. Which Veda is said to deal with the peace and prosperity of human society and is concerned with the daily life of man? The correct answer is Atharvana Veda. Question number 68. Choose the correct statement from the following regarding Swadeshi movement. Ganapati and Shivaji festival popularized by Tilak became a medium for Swadeshi propaganda only in Western India, right? To an extent, it was mainly impactful in the western part of India because, and if you go for elimination method also, option B, there was no influence of international current trends. Wrong. Strikes in foreign managed establishments to a lesser extent. Option D, peasants organized around peasant demands. No, wrong. The correct answer is option A. Question number 16. Consider the following statement with regards to dolphin. In Odisha, the largest population of dolphin is in Chilika Lake. Yes, it is not Gangetic dolphin, but it is Irrawaddy. Dolphins have been included in the Schedule 1 of Indian Wildlife Act 1972 in Appendix 1 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, in Appendix 2 of the Convention on Migratory Species. Correct. So the correct answer is both 1 and 2. Consider the following statements. Option A, Bandipur Tiger Reserve is in Mysore. Right. Option 2, when fires are relatively frequent, adult-free mortality in these systems is very low. Yes. Reduces competition. Option 3, fire suppression can consequently lead to high-intensity fires. Right. So correct answer is D, 1, 2, 3. Which of the following statements regarding CAG is or not correct? It is not correct. It is but not correct. Option 1, the Constitution authorizes the President to prescribe the duties and powers of the CAG. Wrong. It is Parliament. Option 2, he audits the receipts and expenditure of the center and each state to satisfy the President that the rules and procedures in that behalf are designed to secure an effective check on the assessment, collection, and proper allocation of revenue. Wrong. It doesn't work for the satisfaction of the President or the Parliament only. E is an independent body. Option 3, compels and maintains the account of central and state government. Wrong. He compels and maintains the account of only state government. It was taken away from the CAG of central government during in 1973 CAG Act. Now it only audits the accounts of central government but compels and audits the accounts of state government. Option 4, is an officer of the Parliament. No, it is an independent constitutional body. So the correct answer is all the above. Question number 72. Consider the following statements. Option 1. The kingdom of Mysore was never a part of the Mughal Empire. So this question I am also having the doubt. I am not thorough with the history part. Even I am also like, I just focus only limited for my examination usually. But this one is right according to me. Hyder Ali introduced Mughal administrative and revenue system in his domain. I think it's wrong, but this answer is doubtful. But I will go with one. I'll go with A. Question number 73. Consider the following statements about PSLV mission carrying EMISAT, the country's first satellite for gathering electronic intelligence to locate hostile raiders for the military. It was the longest flight for the Indian Polar Launch Vehicle. No, it was one of the longest flight for the Indian Polar Launch Vehicle, not the longest. This was the first PSLV mission which ISRO reused its fourth stage as a space test bed. Right. A new PSLV variant called QL with 4 Strap-on booster was used. Right. Option B is the right answer. Consider the following statements about uranium contamination in drinking water. Bureau of Indian Standards follows World Health Organization's prescribed level of 30 microcalorie per gram per liter as an upper limit. I'm not sure about the mcg, like micro whatever, but 30 mcg per liter as an upper limit. This is wrong. This you can find in Hindu paper, because Bureau of Indian Standards doesn't have any specification for uranium, in spite of World Health Organization considering it as like threat for our health. It has to come with a new specification. So correct answer is, the first answer is wrong. Option 2, it damages kidney, which is considered a chemical effect, although uranium is a radioactive element. Right. The correct answer is only B. Question number 75. The Rico Dio mine is located in which of the following countries? The correct answer is Pakistan. Question number 76. Consider the following statement about Tiger Census India. The census began from 2010. Wrong. 2006. Manipur, Nagaland, Gujarat were newly included in the recent census of 2018. Right. The correct answer is B. Only 2. Question number 77. Consider the following statements about nitrogen and nitrogen pollution. Option 1. Nitrous oxide is 500 times more potent than CO2 and is prevalent in abundance. Wrong. It is 300 times more potent. Nitrogen is linked to biodiversity loss, health and economy. Right. Industrial emissions and vehicle emissions remain the dominant source of nitrogen pollution. Right. The correct answer is B. 2 and 3. Question number 78. Select the correct statements from the following. Option 1. The President fixes the date for the election of the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker. Wrong. The President fixes the date for the election of Speaker and not the Deputy Speaker. The date for Deputy Speaker is decided by Speaker in general. Option B. Both of them, while assuming office, do not take an oath. Right. Only the pro tem Speaker takes oath. It was recently in news because of the election of new Presiding officer, Om Birla Home. Om Birla Home. 79. Who takes the final decision in case of imposing anti-dumping duty in imports? The correct answer is Ministry of Finance. 80. Which of the following is said to be the earliest instrument invented by man? The correct answer is Shushirvadya. Here you can guess, for example, the flute, which was associated with Krishna, and even it's today also we have association with the flute. Flute is a Shushirvadya. Question number 81. With regard to total power capacity addition in 2018 from all sources, consider the following statements. Option 1. Renewable energy sources accounted for nearly 70% of installation rate. It's talking about only during 2018, not like in general installation capacity. Option 2. For the first time in India, 60 solar made up of over 50% of the new power capacity in 2018, right? The correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. Question number 82. Consider the following statement. The National Policy and Software Products 2019 that aims to help the industry grow at compound annual growth rate of 40% to reach 70 to 80 billion US dollar by 2025, while creating an employment opportunity for 3.5 million people. The correct option first is right. The policy aims to create a sovereign patent fund, a state-led investment fund that will acquire intellectual property assets important to national economic objectives. Wrong. The sovereign patent fund is created under national electronic policy, not under national policy and software. So the second option is wrong. First option is right. The correct answer for the above question is A, one only. Question number 83. With regard to tokenization for debit, credit, prepaid card transaction announced by RBI recently, consider the following statements. Tokenization is the process of replacing sensitive data with unique identification symbols that retain all the essential information without compromising on security. Right. It's safer than magnetic strips. Right. Tokenization could also be enabled to work with different technology. Right. Currently, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express offer this technology in India. Right. The correct answer is D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Question number 84. Consider the following statement. Option 1. India's domestic savings as a percentage of GDP are stagnated. Wrong. It is growing at a low pace but not stagnated. The share of capital expenditure as a percent of GDP or total expenditure has declined in recent years. No. It is increasing but not in a greater way. The correct answer is neither 1 nor 2. Select the correct statement from the following. All doubts and disputes in connection with the election of panchayats are decided by high courts. No. High courts and normal courts are divided from any panchayat issues. There will be a special court set up by the state government. Reservation of seats of backward class in panchayat at any level depends solely on the discretion of the state governments. Right. The correct answer is B, 2 only. Question number 85. Consider the following statements regarding Jallianwala Bagh incident. Disorder Inquiry Commission was set up to inquire into the incident. Right. Under Commission did not find Brigadier General Dyer guilty. Wrong. He found Brigadier General Dyer guilty of violating his procedure and rules. Option 3. Funds were raised in support of Brigadier General Dyer, the man who saved India. Right. The correct answer is C, not 1, 2, 3. With which of the following has India signed an agreement for the automatic exchange of country by country exports, which will reduce the compliance burden for Indian subsidiary companies of their parent companies? Compliance burden. Option C, USA, to avoid any base erosion, profit sharing, and other tax compliance methods. Question number 88. The World Bank president is ex officio chair of board of directors of which of the following? This is a very tricky question. Even I also made a mistake in that question. I went for 1 and 2. Basically, the president is ex officio chair of executive board of directors of IBID and IDA, and is also the ex officio president of board of directors of IFC, MIGA, and ICSID. So he will be the ex officio president of board of directors of chief executive board of directors of IBID and IDA, but not sorry, small correction regarding this one. The World Bank president is ex officio chair of board of directors of IFC, MIGA, and ICSID, not IBID and IDA. He is the ex officio president of chief executive board of directors of IBID and IDA. So the correct answer is 3, 4, 5, C. Which of the following is not a provision of the 44th Constitutional Amendment Act? The correct answer is C. Enable the president to limit the operation of the emergency to a specified part of India. It was already present in the earlier provisions. Question number 90. After the provincial election of 1937, Congress did not form ministries in which of the following provinces? So correct answer is Punjab, Sindh and Bengal. 1 to 5, not 1 to 3. Question number 91. Consider the following statement: large hydropower projects above 25 megawatt capacity are now considered as renewable energy sources. Right. It was recently uh, notified. Option 2, they will be automatically eligible for differential treatment for statutory clearance such as forest and environmental clearance. Wrong. Option 3, debt repayment period has been extended to 18 years. Right. The correct answer is 1 and 3. India imports coal from which of the following countries? Option 1, Indonesia. Right. Option 2, USA. Right. Option 3, South Africa. Right. Option 4, Iran. Wrong. So the correct answer is 1, 2, 3. That is option C. Question number 93. Consider the following statements. FPI can invest in municipal bonds. Recently, they were allowed to invest in municipal bonds. FPI can also purchase securities such as dated government securities, T-bills, credit enhanced bond. Right. The correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. Consider the following statement about rupee. It is the 5th payment gateway in the world. Wrong. It is the 7th payment gateway in the world. Rupee global cards are on the Discover network when used outside the country. Yes, right. Credit card facility is not available for rupee. Wrong. It is available for rupee. The correct answer is only 2. Question number 95. Consider the following statement with regard to DNA technology use and application regulation bill 2018 passed by Lok Sabha. The correct answer is C. With regard to the priority sector lending now, choose the correct ones from the following. RRB 75%. Right. Payment bank 40% wrong. Local area bank 40% right. Small finance bank 70% right. The correct answer is 134. The link for all the information is provided in the below link where you can go for the answer key checking and the source for the above explanation. Question number 97. The first proclamation of national emergency was issued on account of Indo-Pak War in 1971. Question number 97. And so far proclamation of national emergency has happened only twice. Yes, right. Option A is right. Question number 98. Image of Salbanjikas is seen in the super art Sanchi. Question number 99. Consider the following statement. The first Indian Factory Act 1881 primarily dealt with the problem of child labor. Right. Option 2. The second Indian Factory Act 1891 fixed the working hours of women. Right. Both the above acts didn't regulate the working hours of the men. Actually, this statement is a little bit confusing because in the Factory Act of 1891 they were given 1 day off for all the gender like men, women and also for children. So basically it is right, but in our combination option it is not this. So the answer is both 1 and 2. The option is not able to like as scanned not properly. So the answer is 1 and 2. Question number 100. In the region of which of the following Delhi Darbar took place? In the reign of which of the following Delhi Darbar took place? The correct answer is Lord Lytton, Lord Hardinge, Lord Curzon. Correct answer is option C, 1, 2, 3. So guys, so I have completed the answer key discussion for the Hamza study circle. This answer key is solely based on my search knowledge and also googling and all. So if there is any correction, please do rectify and go through your answer keys. And the question paper was for me it was very difficult. This was the first time I also gave this exam. So for me the question was very and like above average and but very difficult only actually. You had to be very thorough with the PAB, newspaper and also the static part. The static part was very less as compared to the UPSC style of pattern and all. Hope everyone clears this exam and get into this Hamza study circle. All the best. Stay care. Be happy.